Today, I'm 37.6. Ooh, that's what happens when you step off the scale. Duh. Breakfast with walnuts and cats screaming all over the place. Why not? This is Darius. She is our rescue cat. She adopted us. She's staring off oddly, but she is so all about like any piece of clothing you put down anywhere she lays on. Like that's on my bookshelf. And she's crawled up on it. And she used to be the kind of cat that like anytime you moved around or she hopped up or if you pet her, she would like kind of let you in and walk away. But she has come to be so much love that she doesn't even bother when you walk in or move. And look, she loves love so much. Yeah, I love love so much. I love you, Derry. Oh, this nasty little hooker's gonna come over here and interrupt us. Molly, no. Leave Derry alone. Having my skinny cow. And see, I'm making the decision to have it, even though it's not nighttime, and usually I wait till the evening. So we'll see how this works out. See, that's not normally the time that I have my ice cream for the day, but whatever. Might wind up being a 2 ice cream day, which is fine. Things happen, but we'll see. I don't think so. I think it's probably going to be a 1 ice cream day, and tonight's going to be stir fry. Stir fry. Yay. Finishing up the last of the baby carrots with some wasabi. I'm telling you guys, this shit is ridiculous. One time, I read a book, and the girl was eating carrots and mustard, and I was like, that is so weird and gross. Didn't even think about the fact that I eat carrots and wasabi. Duh. Lunch, salad, egg, poppy seed dressing. So, gonna be good. Having a 100-calorie pack of cocoa roast almonds. So good. They're like kind of chocolate, but without the desire to keep going like chocolate gives me. I got an early present. I got a pair of Saints sweatpants. My booty is size small. They are. Got them from my baby. She gave them to me and I was like, ooh, these aren't going to fit. I need a medium. No. Another salad. I have just not been able to like figure out what it is I want to eat. So I've been having salads. I mean, salads are good and I want to eat them, but as far as my proteins and stuff, I think I'm going to put an egg with this because I just don't know. Alright guys. Okay, I'm having mushrooms and wasabi because I am craving wasabi and I'm totally out of carrots. Not as good because they don't crunch the same way, but still good. Still wasabi. Yay. I'm putting cash into my change jar. So when I do that, I'm such a stripper. See all those ones? When I do that, I take the lid off, put in the dollars, take out the right amount of change so that the count can stay accurate. So that's what I do. I'm gonna double check these real quick. 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start. I feel like I'm squinting. Whenever I don't have my glasses on, I feel like I'm squinting. Let's see. We're gonna start with christinevlogs. She said, what is the one food that you treat yourself to? Okay. This is going to tie into protecting myself because she asked about cheat meals / days and do I think they're a bad idea? Okay. I treat myself to they have these new places around here. I know they've been out there for a while, but they're like frozen yogurt and you put the toppings on. If I have a really good week and a really good burn for a couple of days during the week at the gym or at Zumba, then when I go get my frozen yogurt, I'll put a spoonful sprinkles on, and I won't count the sprinkles. Now, I say I won't count the sprinkles, but in reality, at the end you weigh your food and pay by the ounce. So I am still counting them in the frozen yogurt calories, but whatever. I give myself sprinkles. Also, you see that every day I have a skinny cow at the end of the day. Now that I started that in the beginning, then I stopped it, and now I'm doing it again. So that to me is a treat. I know a lot of people look at treats as like a food they can't have or having a bad food. I don't think that that's smart. I think, and maybe it works for people, but for me and the majority, if they're honest with themselves, one taste is all it takes to open the floodgates. And I just left this comment on Mandy's blog because she's dealing with this. She and I've mentioned her like so many times, but she's dealing with this. It's like this. Okay. A recovering alcoholic, sober, year and a half, goes to a party, and because they're feeling good in their sobriety, and because everybody's like, oh, what's the big deal, and because they're at a party, and it's the holidays, and they're just going to have 4 ounces of wine. You know, an alcoholic can't just drink 4 ounces of wine. I'm not an alcoholic anymore. 4 ounces of wine, and they have that little glass of wine, and on that night, it is satisfying, and it feels good, and they feel like they controlled the beast. I had 4 ounces of wine, and it relaxed me, and I enjoyed it, and you know, I didn't get drunk, and I'm not going to drink again tonight. So then, the next weekend, their friends are going out. Now it's not a holiday, now it's not a special occasion, but your friends are going out. Well, you've been sober for a year. You can have a beer. The wine didn't turn into anything else, so you have a beer. Let's have 2. 2 won't get me drunk. If I'm not drunk, I'm not going back to my problem. Okay. That behavior slowly leads to the first shot. The first shot leads to buying a bottle and drinking at home. Buying a bottle and drinking at home leads right back to like the depth of addiction. And food is the same way. Treating yourself to a fatty, chemical-filled fast food, and I'm not saying my food's not chemical-filled. I don't buy all natural or organic. I'm just saying there's something about the fast food chemicals, the preservatives, and the way they make it that keeps it. I mean, every time you indulge in addiction behavior, brain maps are made. Makes it easier and more desirable to follow the same path. So, if you take the time, and I think that's what the big deal and the big difference between me and a lot of people is that I took the time to get truly sober and to break those patterns. I took myself off of all of it. To go back and start it again, it would just be ridiculous. I would be opening Pandora's box. So I treat myself to healthy things. Healthy, not the healthiest, but to things that are not going to cause a relapse, and to things that I can fit into my day-to-day life. And see, here's the other thing. People are like, oh, well, I fit it in. Yeah. But if you have to fit in something by using everything or trading off for it, it needs to be a truly special, spectacular treat. Here you go. If you're going overseas like you did recently, christinevlogs, when you go,
taste things, enjoy things that you cannot get here. That you know, it's like a once in a lifetime. I'm not going back over there anytime soon. If I was to go back to Vermont, I would probably have a scoop of Ben and Jerry's at the factory this time. If I was going to go to, you know, just places you don't go, not the deli down the street, not because what happens is you go, you get that taste, and it's like, oh well, I can treat myself this weekend. I can do it in 2 weeks. I can go for the next weekend, and you're living for the next time you get to eat crap, basically, in my opinion. So I treat myself to sprinkles on my frozen yogurt and to my skinny cows. And I do feel like they're a treat because I don't do crazy stuff and I don't indulge in a ridiculous amount of food. So that's my indulgence. And I would say that twice over the past year and a half, I've had this club sandwich from this diner, and I used to go there like all the time. Nothing's fried, but I don't know. It's like a 600 calorie club sandwich as best I can figure it. And actually, it's probably a little high for it because that's the Denny's version, and Denny's is crazy high. But you know, like the thing is that that's my drunk food, and since I don't drink, I've like literally been drunk like twice in the past year and a half, and that was whatever. So it was like, that's my like hangover prevention. And I think it might be all in my head, but it works. So, protecting myself. She asked about cheat meals, days, and do I think they're a bad idea? And I just answered that. She also asked, do I plan to count points calories forever? Yes. As of this time in my life, realistically speaking, I believe I will count my calories forever. Will I always lose it? I don't know. Will I always use Weight Watchers to keep track of things? I don't know. But I will always be tracking them. And here's the thing. It's hard to set up a habit, to break an old one and set up a new one. And I have done it really well. So I am not about to be like, well, maybe I can do this without tracking and take myself a month off and then have to fight like hell to get back to where I do it every day. I do it all the time. I set up myself some really amazing habits early on. I fought hard for them, and I will stand by them because they are how I stay sober. This is not just about a diet. It wasn't about losing 20 pounds and getting a little fit. It was about changing my entire life. And yes, I will continue to track for the rest of my life. And I'm not going to tell you, like now, if something happened and my phone broke, I would be okay mentally keeping a tally and moving forward for a day or two if I had to. I'd probably write it on paper or actually I'd log on to the computer, but I would be okay. Before it used to be like, I can't eat unless I write it down first. Like I literally would not eat without writing it down first. There were several times when my family would be about to eat and I couldn't find my book, so everybody had to get up and help me find my book. So that was before I switched to the digital version. Okay. And PsychoSprinkles asks, do you still eat at restaurants? What is your favorite healthy thing to order? Okay. Do I still eat at restaurants? Yes. Yes, I do. I don't eat at all. Okay. I can eat anywhere, or I cannot eat anywhere and be with you while you eat something. That's fine. If you want me to eat with the meal, then I have to have input on where we go. That's just how I feel about it. And everybody's really cool about that. Here's the thing. There's this moment when people are planning to go out, unless it's like so-and-so's birthday and that's her favorite place to go. But there's this moment where it's like, we're going to go out to eat. Where should we go? I don't know, wherever you want. Oh, no, wherever you, well, no, I know you like this place. Well, in that moment where everybody's being just too polite to be pushy, I learned to be pushy. And I go, no, you know what? I won't eat from any of those places. Let's go here. If you aren't going to say it, then I'll say it because it means more to me. I like to go to sushi and get tuna. I'm going to say it wrong because it always gets stuck in my mouth. Sashimi. That's my big one. And I like clear soup. Then this is going to be crazy, but there's IHOP's International House of Pancakes. It has a tilapia and broccoli dish. And I order the junior version, which they're always like, you're going to have to pay the full price. I don't give a shit. I'll pay double the full price. I just don't want all that food sitting in front of me. So whatever. And you know what? They always wind up charging for the kid meal. Whatever. So I like that. The tilapia and broccoli dish. I usually get a side like the kid fruit bowl. It's fun because we have 2 kids, right? So then you got a free kid dish with an adult dish. So we go and we order like the Grand Slam breakfast and whatever the banana ones, and then we split the breakfast up for both the kids, and then I order the junior fish and the fruit and I eat it. Fun. See, everybody gets to eat there. That's so. We have a place. I mean, seafood down here is really, really awesome and fresh at most places. So, like, raw oysters or baked fish. But, you can tell them you're allergic to butter, and they'll pay a lot more attention to your special order. True story. And other than that, I think that, like, my other big thing is when my daughter was very, very young, I learned that to go and have a good experience at different restaurants, she should have something she actually wanted to eat. So I would pick up a Happy Meal and go wherever we went. And the first time I felt really weird about it, but then I realized they don't actually care. Like, as long as most people are buying and most people are eating, they don't really care. So I don't think twice about a 6-inch sub from Subway going with me somewhere. Everybody else is eating, and you have nothing I want. One. Also, the thing about eating at restaurants is that if you don't do it often, and I don't do it often at all, you have all these tools. Go on the internet. Go, to their website. If you can't find a website in an exact dish, find a very similar one. Like me, I can't find my particular club sandwich, so I picked the bad one from Denny's and went with that. Even if you're a little bit off, just the idea that you are counting, restricting, and paying attention to it is good. Yeah. So utilize your tools and make good decisions based off of them, and you can still eat out. Yeah, don't do it often. It's better to not do it because you are going to be a little off. That's the best case scenario. The calories that they're giving you is the best case scenario. And if your chef is heavy-handed or not paying attention, it could be a whole lot worse. So, I wanted to address while we're talking about these things, indulging and depriving yourself. People will be like, well, I had that cookie because I'm not going to deprive myself. Well, I went to so-and-so and I ate this because I'm not going to deprive myself. When people say that you don't need to deprive yourself, they don't mean for that to be an excuse to have a free-for-all or to eat highly bad for you crap. They mean have the full fat butter, but have the right amount. Have one portion. Have the olive oil, but only have, the half a teaspoon you need in that particular dish. Have the avocado because it's a good healthy fat. Skip the crap and indulge in things that are good for you and flavorful. They're not telling you, oh, go out and have McDonald's like Weight Watchers. They're like, you can eat anything you want, sure, and you shouldn't deprive yourself, right. But that doesn't mean use 29 points on a meal and then eat fruit salad all day long to make up for it 3 times a week. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about making smart decisions, eating things that fill you and make you feel good, and not depriving yourself of the living and food experience. And let me tell you, food can be an orgasmic experience. And most of us who have gotten ourselves here know that, but we know it in a junk food related way. Good, clean food, home cooked, clean cooked food can be absolutely orgasmic. Even better because it doesn't make you feel bad afterwards. So, food for thought. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to answer Davies who would I hook up with question. I'm going to answer Fox Heather's who has, what was it, like, influenced my life the most. I'm going to answer Shayna52101, how old will I be, which most of you guys I think know. And I might do a couple of extra ones. I think I'm going to do several videos if it runs long. Tomorrow's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. And tonight is my last training session. And I have 2 glasses of water and coffee brewing. And it's 6:30 in the flipping morning. Woo!